To go deeper in the analysis of these key elections, we welcome Fernanda Andrade, activist and spokeswoman of Accion Juridica Popular in Ecuador. Welcome, Fernanda.
Hi, good morning. It's a
Pleasure
to be here with you.
It's our pleasure to have you here with us. Fernanda, Ecuadorians go to the polls in the context of a major security crisis, an issue that has been center point during the campaign. How is the election day unfolding? What is the feel of the people on the street?
Well, we're having an unprecedented election day because only 2.5 years have passed in the mandate of a government that had a shamefully low rate of unpopularity and that has decreed across debt to avoid being judged politically and to be able to take care of the institutions that protect the government. In addition, we are experiencing new social scenarios such as violence and insecurity. Let's see if political rivalries do not increase the level of conflict during voting. As to the political data, Daniel Noboa is the right presidential candidate who surprised everyone for the results obtained by coincidence after the violent circumstances around the ex-candidate Villavicencio. Noboa has been leading in the polls at the campaign rally, but right after the second public debate in which Luisa Gonzalez demonstrated her political experience, her chances of, or the Revolution Ciudadana chances raised considerably until this point so far, where we have a technical tie. We are waiting to see where the election of the 15 of undecided voters goes.
Fernanda, two opposing models are on the table in today's election. Ecuadorians have to choose between a left-wing candidate, Luisa Gonzalez, and a right-wing candidate, Daniel Noboa. What are their government plans? What is the difference in the proposals between these two candidates?
Yes, regarding work plans, both candidates offer profound changes in their management for the next year and a half. However, candidate Luisa Gonzalez bases her work plan on the return to social investment, which was the main characteristic of the Correísta government, while Daniel Noboa from the right has focused his speech on offers to improve work and fix the crime and prison situation. One of the curious things in the campaign of Noboa and his vice presidential candidate Veronica Abad has been their public statements about their beliefs and knowledge of rights and policies, and it has been kind of disturbing, so to say, scary to me. Abad has had a libertarian speech and has spoken that education and health should not be managed by the state. They have not shown knowledge or respect for pregnant women's situation, the poor class, feminists, and finally, Noboa has stated his support for Israel in this genocide against the Palestinian people.
Fernanda, in the context that Ecuador is right now, the results of these elections are paramount, not only for the nation, but also for its role in the regional and international arena. You just referred to Noboa's position towards Israel and Palestine, but the results of this election, depending on who wins, how could Ecuador's foreign relation with other nations, its foreign policy, change?
I think it will change a lot of things in the case Noboa wins this election because his programs, his economical program, his relationship with other countries are based on the enterprise interests. So they are close. They are very close to Presidente Guillermo Lasso right now. So we will have the same. We will continue the same model, the same political model, which is based on the neoliberalistic strategic politics. We think we have another scenario. We're living now another scenario after the political dead cross. That is another real event for us that made changes in the political reality.
Thank you, Fernanda, for your inputs and, of course, for your time hearing from the South.
Yes, thank you very much. Maybe the last thing, if you allow
Sure.
is to say to the country, no, that we have another scenarios here. Um, we have the first political force elected in the assembly, that is the progressivism, and that is the majority of people in the country supporting a model of social equity. We're facing the second electoral round to decide who can take on the high challenge of getting out of the deepest hole that Ecuador could have fallen into in its Republican history. The level of abandonment and cynicism had not been seen before in any other government. What was clear was that there was an effort to destroy the country and morally tear it apart. We have never had together the deepest crisis of violent deaths, murders, and prisons due to the state neglect and the wave of migration that exceed the previous one in the 90s. Um, so the new president must have an effective leadership and briefly take control of the sectors that have been in crisis, such as those threatened by drug politics, prisons, and crime as a result of all of them above. Above all, it must lay the foundations for social rescue, no?
Okay.
I This will be a transition period. So what we hope is that the next government leave the way open to correct and rearm a sick nation beaten by weak institutions and humanitarian crisis due to migration and unemployment. I think that people must awaken and support the processes of social organization that control and build popular power from the basis of solidarity and collective construction with sovereignty. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fernanda, for your time. We were analyzing Ecuador's key elections with Fernanda Andrade, activist and spokeswoman of Accion Juridica Popular.